BGD Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Gurudev Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Sai Maharaj Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishta Saptam Goswami Shila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Nityal Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Jai Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Bhakti Balavatirtha Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalila Pravishta Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, all the associates of Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai, and all the disciples and followers of those associates Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jai Śrīla Baladeva Jibhushan Prabhu Ki Jai, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai, Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai, Śrīla Krishna Das Kaviraj Gosai Pad Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai, Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandala Gora Mandala Vaja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai, Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Okay, we'll do the Mangala Charan and then begin. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Goriya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdi Gahana Sukham Pradat Prabhum Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः वृषभानुसुतान्वितवामतनुं यमुनातटनागरनन्दसुतं मुरलीकलगीतविनोदपरं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुं स्मर गौरगदाधरकेलिकलं भव गौरगदाधरपाक्षाचर शृणु गौरगदाधरचारुकथं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुं त्वयैवास्मि त्वयैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय देवि त्वां नय मां चरणान्तिकम् भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षाय क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji, Nikita Didi, Tanu Didi, Karuna Didi, and let's see, who else is there? See Vidyalalasa Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, I'm not sure if Rupa Raghunath Prabhu is there as well, but pranams if he is, Ganga Mataji, Amit Dandekar, Phuleshwari Didi, and who else is there? There's 12 devotees there. Wow, more than usual right now. Dandavat pranams, everybody. I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji are there. And then pranams to all the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jai Dev Prabhu, Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayani Didi, Vrinda Didi, Anuradha Mataji, and everybody else. So today we've made it to the last day of Śaraṇāgati. In this particular Bhaktivinoda-gīti-dhārā program, we'll definitely come back to Śaraṇāgati at some point and go through it more thoroughly. In this program, we're not even doing an overview really. We're just kind of focusing on Śaraṇāgati in some way or other. And the main point of this program is that hopefully you can find a way that works for yourself and feel inspired yourself to make Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's songs a part of your everyday, on your own though. And so that's really what we're focusing on this program. But eventually, maybe after Gaur Purnima, we can really just go deep into one kirtan at a time, like we were doing before. So yeah, we didn't really get an overview of the 6 angas of Śaraṇāgati. And also there are the songs of Yāmuna-bhāvāvalī that Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura wrote. So maybe we can look at some of those songs today. And I just want to quickly tell you of my experience so far in this program, this first week of this program, with the daily revision of the songs that I selected for this month. And I'm hoping everybody here, you've all selected up to 4 songs, and that you've been focusing on at least one song every day. And if you haven't, that's okay. I will well, you can find the selection of songs if you go to my website, vineofdevotion.com. If you see the last post I made there, you'll find the place where you can see the list of songs in Śaraṇāgati with a summary of each song, and you can select up to 4 songs. And today, I'm going to be sending out, I think I'll send it out today, or maybe tomorrow. I think I'll send it out today, we'll see. But I'm going to be sending out the selection of songs for the next, our next week program, which starts tomorrow, which is going through the songs of Upadesh. Right, like these songs of Śaraṇāgati, these are really establishing us in our sambandha, of knowing my position, and knowing that my position is as a servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and this is my condition. I'm so fallen, and these prayers, humility, Atma-nivedan, all of these things are establishing us in this sambandha with Krishna, our eternal relationship with Krishna, and that's where the process of bhakti begins from, just realizing, having some idea of what my identity is and what I'm meant to do, and like that. So that's stepping onto the path, the process of bhakti. And then tomorrow we will begin the second week, which is now we begin the work. Like we have all these anarthas that we need to work on. And so Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura has all these songs that are filled with instructions to the mind. Lots of songs. So so then that will be the focus for the next week. Hari Bol Sarve Shri Mataji. So I just want to quickly tell you of my personal experience so far with this daily revision of the songs that I selected for this month, and and just one more thing I want to mention is that if you did select songs, but you just haven't been able to keep going through them every day, or actually I've been suggesting just going through one, but even if you haven't been able to do that, it's totally fine. You shouldn't lose any motivation because you haven't been able to keep it up. It just means that you haven't found the particular system that works for you yet. And there are all kinds of ways that you can do it. And you just have to experiment with the different ways until you find the way that works for you. Everybody will have a different way that really works for them. And that's actually something I want to write, a post I want to write. I want to do it soon, of just all the different ways that you can approach the songs, all different kinds of systems you can use, all different things, so that there'll be lots of options. And you can also make your own options, and then you can keep on experimenting with different ways of doing this program until you find the way that really works for you. So what I've been trying to do, I'll tell you, the songs that I selected for this first week are Prabhu He, Tua Pade Emi Nati Mor, Sarvasva Tomar, Atma-nivedan, and Godruma Dhame Bhajana Anukule. And the first song, Prabhu He, Tua Pade Emi Nati Mor, I was already sort of familiar with all the words in the song, but I was rusty with it. And then the middle two, Sarvasva Tomar and Atma-nivedan, those I already had memorized. And then the fourth one, Godruma Dhame Bhajana Anukule, I didn't know at all. And so so that's why I was able to go through 4 a day instead of 1 a day, but that's because the first 3 were already, that was no effort. But the fourth one, because I've been pretty busy, all I did every day for these previous 5 days was just read it and try to understand the meaning for everything. But and so for those of you who don't know any Bengali or anything, that's fine. You just look at the translation and try to understand the meaning for everything. But I found even after these 5 days, like this morning, I couldn't even slightly recall even the second verse. I couldn't even. I was like, what is the second verse even about? Like it was almost like as if I didn't do anything. And so this morning, before I did my onik, I tried not to. Um, I tried to really think about the meaning of the verses, and not just reading a translation, but just thinking of the meaning of the verse. I'm not looking at the Bengali words or anything like that, but just like, okay, going through the first verse. Okay, Godrum is most favorable for bhajan. It's non-different from Nandishwar. And then the second verse. And then there in Godrum, in a small hut in Surabi Kunj, I will sit there, I'll reside there on the bank of the Ganga. So just really thinking about that. Not worrying about the words, not worrying about anything, just what is it really saying? What is the meaning? And then the third verse, I will wear the cloth that is dear to devotees of Gaur, and I'll have radiant tilak and a tulsi mala. Okay, so these are the first three verses. And then I just stopped there. I'm just focusing on these three verses. Okay, Godrum Dham is very favorable for bhajan, and it's non-different from Gokul Mahavan. Okay, and then in Godrum, I'll stay in a small hut in Surabi Kunj, on the bank of the Ganga. Okay, and I will wear the clothes that are dear to devotees of Mahaprabhu, and I will wear a tulsi mala and have radiant tilak on. Okay, just think of those, keep that in your head. And I'm not going to do more than that, just that little bit. And then maybe tomorrow I'll do the middle part. The middle part, like the next three verses are all about all the different things that he'll grow in his kunj there, in Surabi Kunj. All different trees and flowers, and he's going to make a kunj. So those are the next three verses, just talking about the things that he's going to grow. And then that will be tomorrow. I'm not going to do more than that. I'll just focus on all the juti, jati, all the kusum, vanaraji, all the different types of trees and things like that. That will be my focus. And then maybe the day after that, I'll go through the last three verses, which, like in the last three verses, he puts Tulsi Maharani on a platform outside. And around Tulsi Maharani, he puts different instruments, like he'll put the mridanga and kartals and different instruments for performing kirtan. And then all the Vaishnavas will come there, and with the Vaishnavas, he'll sing the holy names of the Lord, and he'll sing, all glories to Godrum, all glories to the holy abode of Gauranga. And that will be the day after tomorrow. I'll think of that. And I'll go through the whole song every day, but really I'll just especially focus on just a couple of verses a day, and the meaning of the verses, and then I look into the Bengali, but my memory is being driven by the meaning rather than trying to memorize Bengali words. And then when you really have the meaning down, and then you connect the Bengali words to the meaning, and then it's a lot easier to memorize the Bengali that way. And so that's the experiment I'm trying now. And yeah. So also one thing, what I did just now, telling you about this song Godruma Dhami Bhajana Anukule. This is probably the best way to actually make it stick in your head. Just doing what I did right now. If you have a friend, you could even just tell the friend that I'm trying to memorize these verses, and could I just tell you the first two, because it really helps with memorizing it. Because just what I did right now, this is going to help me more than all the time I spent even on my own trying to do it. And yeah, so if you have a friend, then you can do that. Just explain to your friend even just one verse, what you've understood from the verse, the meaning of the verse, And if you start to know the meaning of the words of the Bengali, then you could try saying the Bengali to your friends. And or if you don't have a friend around or anybody to do that with, you can just say it all aloud to yourself, by yourself in your room. Because one thing is, I've mentioned this before, I just want to mention it again because it's an important point, that no matter, even if you go through your song every single day of the year and you read it, by the end of the year, 365 times a day, you've read it every day, it's very likely that you won't have it in your head still. Because the only way to recall a song, the only effective way to recall a song is by actually trying to recall it, practicing recalling it. By just reading it over and over, you're not practicing recalling it. You're only practicing reading. And we already know how to read. We don't need lots of practice in reading. So recalling it to memory is the only way to actually recall it. Yeah. And I mean, I've seen devotees who've sung Damodarashtakam every day throughout Kartik, every year for many, many, many years. And still they can't sing Damodarashtakam by heart. They need a book to sing Damodarashtakam. And the only reason for that, it's not that they have bad memories, it's because they've never actually tried not using the book. And it requires effort, but that effort is actually really powerful. Because it's through that effort of not using a book that, just trying, and you have to exercise your brain. You have to try, but that exercising actually is very purifying for the brain. It kicks out all the news, and because you have to really focus, and you have to, you have to really, that endeavor of putting in some effort, that whole process, it makes your mind get filled with Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's words. And then that's what starts going around in your minds. And all the other crap that goes on and all the other bad stuff, it just automatically gets kicked out by that process. And so, and it really doesn't matter if you don't have a good memory. And also, it's, yeah, anyhow, sorry, I'm talking too much. So, but yeah, just that whole process of putting in the effort of trying to recall things to your mind, the meaning of the words to your mind, that purifies your mind, and then it makes it a lot easier to chant. Your mind will not be jumping around and be as distracted, but you'll actually be able to. It helps in so many ways. All right. So, this week, Śaraṇāgati, we've been focusing on the songs that really establish us in our sambandha, and let's just jump. I'm just gonna read random verses. We'll just be jumping around verses in this, just to get a little taste of each limb of Śaraṇāgati, each of these 6. There's, right, what is it? Danya Atma Nivedan. Let's just go through this first song really quick. Out of compassion for the living beings, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this world along with his personal associates and divine abode, in order to bestow the extremely rare treasure of Prem Bhakti. He taught Śaraṇāgati, which is the life and soul of the devotees. And now, what is the Śaraṇāgati? What is it? It begins with humility, understanding my position, my humility, then submission of the self, and then acceptance of the Lord as one's maintainer, my only guardian, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Then the cultivation of firm faith that Krishna will surely protect me. And then acceptance of only those acts that are favorable to bhakti, and resolute rejection of all attitudes opposed to bhakti. And once we've really entered this process of Śaraṇāgati, then the son of Nanda Maharaj, he hears the prayers of whoever embodies these 6 limbs of Śaraṇāgati. Then we have a direct link, a direct line. Everything that all our prayers, everything, Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, will directly be hearing our prayers. So then Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura begins, already in the song, he begins with Dainya. First, as Kishori Mohan Prabhu mentions, and also as Manjulali Didi mentions, that first, in order to enter this process of Śaraṇāgati, we have to surrender to Sri Guru. And Sri Guru for us is an embodiment of Rupa and Sanatan. So our Gurudev, our whole Rupa Nuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, Rupa and Sanatan, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura shows us first, he prostrates before Sri Rupa and Sanatan, and he embraces their lotus feet with a straw between his teeth. Weeping, he says, "I am the lowest of men. Kindly teach me unconditional surrender and make me an excellent Vaishnav." And so now, beginning from humility, forgetting you and falling into worldliness, I've suffered many pains. Now falling at your feet, I shall tell you my woeful tale. And then he goes through his whole life. And now aged Bhaktivinoda weeps, greatly distressed. In not serving you, all my days were wasted. Now what will become of me? And then I'm just jumping from, just different verses just to get a taste of each anga. We're still in humility. So, O Lord, please hear my sad story. I drank the poison of worldly enjoyment, mistaking it to be nectar. Now the sun is setting on the horizon of my life. And then again, he goes through his whole life. And consider what I am now, and you'll find no good qualities. Therefore, kindly abandon all judgment and simply make me drink the ambrosia of your lotus feet, thereby delivering this Bhaktivinoda. Right, in the first verse, he's saying that I drank the poison of worldly enjoyment, mistaking it to be nectar. And now at the end of his life, he's realizing that I've actually been drinking poison. And so, now, please, give up any judgment of me. I know I'm not qualified, but please just make me drink the ambrosia of your lotus feet. And we went through this song already. With great audacity, I wasted my time wrapped in the pleasures of learning. Never once did I worship your feet, but now you alone are my refuge. As I persevered with my studies, my anticipation and self-assurance grew, and I believed that I'd find fulfillment through that knowledge. That hope proved futile, for such knowledge is feeble, and I've come to realize that such knowledge is actually ignorance. Shegyan agyan jani. All forms of materialistic knowledge are but the glittering allure of Maya and a hindrance to worshipping you. It spawns a deluding infatuation with this fleeting world and turns the jiva into a donkey. Having become such a donkey, I have borne the load of materialistic life for an extremely long time. Now aged and incapacitated, I find no satisfaction in anything. Life is a torment now. All my learning has proven to be ignorance. The searing agony of that ignorance has become intolerable. That supposed knowledge has become a dagger in my heart. Apart from your feet, there is nothing of value within this material existence. Having forsaken worldly knowledge, Bhaktivinoda has made your feet his all in all. So many songs in this Dainya section, especially. Amar Jivan, we already went through this song. And we went through this song, Nivedan Kori Prabhu. You are the sanctuary of those who have faltered. O benevolent one, who is there but you? All such offenders to you shall always come to a point of surrender to you. Okay, so now that's a taste of Daimya. Now Atma Nivedan, submission of the self. This beautiful song, having surrendered having surrendered everything at your lotus feet, I remain prostrated at your house. You are my Lord. Kindly accept me as your dog. Accept me as your dog. I've accepted you as my Lord, now you please accept me as your dog. Tether me nearby, and maintain me as you will. I shall keep watch at your door. I shall not allow any antagonistic persons to enter, and will keep them outside your fortress. Just like we have a dog. All dogs have this, they're guarding the door of their master, right? So I want to guard the door. Whatever remnants your devotees leave behind after honoring your prasad will be my sustenance. I will only live off the remnants of your devotees. Daily I will feast on those remnants in supreme bliss. Whether sitting up or lying down, I will constantly meditate upon your lotus feet. Whenever you call, I will come to you, dancing in joy. I shall never think about my own maintenance. Rather, I shall remain absorbed in bhav. Bhaktivinoda accepts you as his sole maintainer. And actually, this song, originally, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura put this in Goptrite Varanam. That means accepting the Lord's guardianship, embracing the Lord's guardianship. So that's why it ends here. Boliya Varanakore. I accepted you. And actually, with all these angas of Śaraṇāgati, there is definitely a lot of overlap. Like yeah. Let's just jump to more. This one, Śrīla Gurudev, he gave, there's a whole chapter in a book on this song, or like a little section of a book. What book is that? I think it is Nectar of Govinda Leela. No. It's Secret Truths of the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what it is. And the third part of the book, Gurudev speaks on this song in a devotee's home. The song is, "Oh Lord," and remember this is, which section? We're in Atma Nivedan, right? Yeah. So, "Oh Lord, apart from you, there is nothing else that I can call my own. You alone are my father, friend, and brother. My friends, wife, sons, and daughters are all your servants and maidservants. My endeavors for them are based on that relationship only. Considering my wealth, family members, home, and possessions to be yours, I protect them only as your servant. For your service, I shall earn money and bear the expenses of your household." I love this verse right here. "Bhalo manda nahi jani, seva matra kori." I know neither good nor bad. I only serve. Bhalo manda nahi jani. I don't know what's good, what's bad. All I do is I serve. Simple. I am but a watchman, guarding the interest of your household. I engage my senses, my hearing, sight, smell, and taste, in accordance with your desire. I no longer do anything for the sake of my own pleasure. Bhaktivinoda says, "Your happiness is the essence of my life." So these are all Atma Nivedan, submitting oneself to the Lord. I have always been anxious at heart about maintaining my wife, my sons, my relatives, and my own self. How will I earn money? How will I achieve distinction? How will I arrange the marriages of my sons and my daughters and sons? But now that I have surrendered myself to you, I have no more worries. You shall oversee everything, O Lord, for it is you shall oversee everything, O Lord, for it is your household. You shall certainly take care of me, knowing me to be your very own servant. I consider the greatest joy to be in your service, O Master. By your will, O Master, all activities take place. The jiva claims, I am doing everything, but this is not the reality. What ability does the jiva have to act unless you do, meaning unless you enable it? The jiva simply hopes. It is your desire that comes to pass. So free from worry, I shall serve you. Whatever prosperity or misfortune touches the household, is not my responsibility. Bhaktivinoda has resigned his independence. In the service of your feet, he has become completely detached.
The free from worry, I shall.
Hello.
Sorry, did you want to say something, Narihari Prabhu? Or did you, or did you unmute yourself by accident? Totally fine if you did it by accident. Okay. Then the next song, Manasa Deha Geha. This is one of the most such a common song, and actually a lot of these verses of this song are like, I think they're inspired by the Yāmuna-bhāvāvalī songs from the Stotra by Yamunacharya. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, he wrote songs on all those verses. There's a devotee actually. There's a website, premdharma.org, and he went through like maybe 4 of these verses and showed one of the songs from the Yāmuna-bhāvāvalī, which we haven't gone through yet, which are like, seems like, translations of these verses. I mean, that these verses were translations of that. But Manasa Deha Geha. So this is surrendering bodily identification. Mind, body, family, and whatever else is mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune and in bad, in life and in death, all my difficulties have gone away by accepting those feet of yours as my shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you have ownership over your eternal servant. If it is your will that I be born again, then may that birth be in the home of your devotee. May I even take birth as a worm, as long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire for a birth as a Brahma, averse to you. I yearn for the association of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desires for worldly enjoyment and liberation. Such a powerful prayer, huh? If it is your will that I be born again, may that birth be in the home of your devotee. May I even take birth as a worm, as long as I remain your devotee. I yearn for the association of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desires for worldly enjoyment and liberation. Father, mother, beloved, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Bhaktivinoda says, O Khan, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my very life and soul. What time is it? Okay. Next song is, whatever is suggested by the words I and mine, I have submitted at your feet, O kind-hearted one, O Doyamoy. I no longer maintain, my Lord, that I belong to myself. Now I am solely yours. This embodied jiva has shed the egoism, the ahankta, associated with the word I. And now the self-conception of being yours, Twadya, has entered his heart. There's no more sense of I. I only consider myself yours, Twadya. All that I have, my body, home, followers, brothers, friends, wife, children, all my belongings, my means, and my household, they have all become yours, and I have become your servant. Now I simply reside in your household. You are the head of the household, and I am your attendant. All my endeavors now are for your happiness. My gross and subtle bodies, my merit and sin, these no longer belong to me, Prabhu. I am now free. All of my desires have merged with yours. Today, Bhaktivinoda has forgotten himself. And in every devotee's household, there should be, it's very important for all grahastas that are able to, that they should have some Thakurji, because then they aren't the proprietor, they aren't, and this can be your song for your Thakurji, that you are the head of this household. I am just your attendant. Everything going on in this house, it's all for you. All my endeavors are for your happiness. And that's the thing. Always, every day, practicing, going through these songs every day. Then these songs start. It. That's what we can do. Is like we keep on remembering these prayers until we start to they're always on our mind, and then we start to actually feel them. And it's a practice. It's a regular thing. Like just the example I was mentioning the other day of like the faucet, and there's a drop of water going, and you don't actually see the effect happening in the beginning, but because of the continuous dripping, that little tiny drop of water will eventually make an impression even on cement. And so with these prayers, if we recite this prayer every single day, then really you'll start to feel that actually this isn't my household. I'm not the controller of this house. What happens, it doesn't matter if in prosperity or misfortune, that's not up to me. And that's because I'm just an attendant of my Ṭhākurji. They are the real, and we become more established in this kind of mindset. But so now Atmani Vedan. This is a song that Kishore Mohan Prabhu was supposed to speak on yesterday, but he didn't get around to it. But yeah, this is such. This is one of my favorite songs from Śaraṇāgati. That's why I chose this one for my 4 songs. But having submitted my soul at your feet, I am supremely elated. Sorrow is banished, and no anxieties remain. I see only bliss in the 4 directions. Your 2 feet are the reservoirs of nectar that bestow freedom from lamentation and fear. Now, having found repose at those feet, I have cast aside all fear of worldly existence. Tahate ekon, now, there at your feet, Vishram Labhya. I've gotten some relief, some rest. This whole world is so much suffering, so much difficulty. But now I finally can rest. I've given up all fear of worldly existence now that I've surrendered myself to your feet. I shall serve in your household, never partaking the fruits of my labor. I shall diligently tend to your satisfaction only, being fully dedicated to your feet. This verse especially is very. This is a verse that I come back to all the time, especially if I'm going through any difficulty in service. This is the verse to think of. Tomar sevai dukkha hoy jato sheo to parama sukha. In the course of serving you, whatever difficulties may come are indeed the topmost joy. So when you're out there on Navadvip Parikrama in the blazing sun and you've been walking forever and the ground is burning your feet, you can just go through this verse. In the course of serving you, right now I'm engaging in Padasevan, I'm doing Parikrama view. So in your service, now all this difficulty that I'm experiencing, this is the topmost joy. This suffering is the topmost joy. The pains and pleasures of service to you are the greatest assets, for they destroy the misery of nescience. So then, difficulty in service, that actually becomes your happiness. Why? Because it's connected to you. This is my supreme treasure. This is any happiness or distress in service. This destroys this avidya, this sense of I being the controller and all these things that all these possessions that I think are mine. This service to you is destroying all of that ignorance. And now I'm actually realizing that this is all for you. I'm surrendering myself to you. And now this is the topmost treasure I can possibly get, and it's coming from this difficulty I'm going through in service to you. It's making that connection stronger. And so then it completely reverses your suffering into joy, the topmost joy. So this verse is really important. And then also this next verse is so powerful. It's Purva Itihas Bhulinu Sakal Seva Sukha Peyamane. I've completely forgotten my past history due to experiencing the joy of service to you. All my past history. every bad thing I did, every bad thing that's happened to me, everything, or even the good things, all the good and bad, everything. I've forgotten it. It doesn't exist anymore. It's all, I can't remember. Why? Because I am just, all that's forgotten due to experiencing the joy of service to you. That's the only thing that exists for me. I no longer have any friends or enemies or anything like that. It's all I have. I've forgotten. Ami to tomar, I am yours, and that you are mine. Tumi to amar. Okay, this is a very, very important Bengali words. Ami means I, tomar means yours, and tumi means you, and amar means mine. Okay, so ami to tomar, tumi to amar. I am yours, and you are mine. That's all I know. Ki kaj apardhane. What is the need for any other treasure? That's all I need. It's to always remember, I am yours, you are mine. I am yours, you are mine. What's the need of anything else? Bhaktivinoda, immersed in bliss, devotes all his efforts in service to you and remains in your home, living according to your desire. And as Kishori Mohan and Manjulali Didi both mentioned, that first we can apply these verses to our Srila Gurudev. As you notice, with lots of songs, there isn't a name of Krishna. Like, it could be for anybody you call master, right? For this one, anybody you call master. Having submitted my soul at your feet, I'm supremely. And I mean, we don't look at Sri Guru as being Krishna himself. We look at him as being the best servant of Krishna. But that's the way we worship him. And then Sri Guru will transform our devotion to him into devotion to Krishna. We can't do it directly. So by singing the song and praying to Sri Guru, then we'll eventually be, by his mercy, we'll be singing it directly to Krishna. We'll actually be feeling this for Krishna directly. So those were the first two, Dainya and Atmanivedan. I've been spending too much time on it. We only have 10 minutes left. So now let's go through Goptritve Varanam. And this is, of all the angas of Śaraṇāgati, this is the angi. This is the main part of Śaraṇāgati, and everything is like the branches off from this. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that. Acceptance of the Lord's guardianship, embracing the Lord's guardianship. So, the Lord's guardianship. O youthful son of the King of Raj, you are the Lord of all lords. In accord with your will, universal creation and destruction take place. In accord with your will, Lord Brahma creates, and in accord with your will, Lord Vishnu maintains. In accord with your will, Lord Shiva destroys, and in accord with your will, Maya Devi constructs the prison house of this world. In accord with your will, the living beings take birth and die, and in accord with your will, they meet with prosperity and ruin, happiness and sorrow. The living being, bound by illusory Maya, simply wanders hither and thither. Without your will, he cannot accomplish anything. You are my only protector and maintainer. Except for your lotus feet, there is no hope for me. So this is accepting the Lord as my only guardian. You are my only protector. You are my only maintainer. Having given up faith in my own strength and endeavors, I am solely dependent upon your will. Right? Just like Draupadi, she gave up having any faith in her own strength to hold onto her cloth, and she just let go. Now I'm fully dependent upon your will. Right? This is the verse for that. Nijit bala cheshta prati bharasacharya, tomar ichai achi nirbhar koriya. Bhaktivinoda is very lowly and poor. According to your will, he lives and dies. I remember hearing somewhere that this song here Ki Jani Ki Bole was one of Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj's favorite songs in Śaraṇāgati. This song here. So this is also Gopturite Varanam, accepting the Lord's guardianship, embracing the Lord's guardianship. I do not know by what strength I have come to attain shelter of you within your Dham. Truly, you are most benevolent, devoted to sanctifying and delivering the fallen. I rest all my hopes simply in the fact, O Lord, that you are saturated with compassion. There is no beneficiary more in want of your compassion than I am. You will indeed subjugate all my fears. There is no one in the world with the power to deliver me. O merciful Lord, by your decree, please save this lowly and sinful soul. Leaving everything behind, O protector, I have settled at your feet. I am your eternal servant, and you are my sustainer and custodian, O Jagannath, O Lord of the universe. Everything is yours, and I am simply your servant. You shall deliver me. I have accepted your feet as my only shelter. I do not even belong to myself. Amar nahi to ami. I do not even belong to myself. Weeping, Bhaktivinoda has taken refuge at your feet. Please forgive my offenses and give me a taste for the holy name. Maintain me in this way. Right? So this is Gopturite Varanam, embracing the Lord's guardianship. The Lord is my only maintainer, my only guardian. And how does Bhaktivinoda Thakur want to be maintained? That you forgive my offenses and give me a taste in the holy name. Maintain me in this way. Okay, let's just read one more from this section because this is such an important section. But I have not performed good deeds, nor have I acquired any knowledge or served your feet. Maddened by material enjoyment, I have cheated myself. Thus, I see only darkness in every direction. You, O Lord, are the ultimate source of mercy. I have submitted myself at your lotus feet. Please dispense your grace upon me. Your promise is that one who is surrendered unto you will never know any misfortune. Thus I, who am most reprehensible, perceive no other resort. Now I am begging for your sanctifying grace. Having entirely abandoned any ulterior desires, when will I become yours? You are eternally the object of my service, and I am your eternal servant. This is the essence of Bhaktivinoda's sentiments. So that was all Gopturite Varanam. Now we're getting a taste of Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Erup Vishwas. This firm belief that Krishna will certainly protect me. Avashya means certainly. Rakibe Krishna. Certainly Krishna will protect me. This song here, Ekono Bhujinu Prabhu, this is the feet song. So like on Vrajmandal Parikrama, when devotees would go to Charan Pahari, then Gurudev would have the devotees sing this song. This is all about the Lord's feet. I have finally understood, O Master, that your lotus feet incessantly bestow utter ambrosia and complete freedom from fear and despair. Leaving everything behind, I have fallen at your lotus feet, O Lord. Your lotus feet shall protect me, my guardian. There is no other protector within this material world. I am your eternal servitor. I realize this at long last. The burden of my upkeep is now your concern. I have suffered great despair and a life of independence. By accepting the shelter of your lotus feet, however, all grief has been banished. Those feet, for the sake of which Ramadevi, the goddess of fortune, practices severe penance, and attaining which Lord Shiva acquired his propitious nature, his Shivatva. Shiva has gotten his Shivatva from your feet. Those feet, attaining which Lord Brahma fulfills the purpose of his existence, and which Narad Muni embraces in his heart. Those very feet, the shelter of which award fearlessness, I bear upon my head. In supreme delight, I dance and I sing of their virtues. Your feet will certainly deliver this Bhakti Vinod from the calamities of worldly existence. Krishna's feet are my real protector. This is a very nice song. Who can protect a person? This is Tumito Maribe Jari. Who can protect a person you wish to smite? The three worlds are subservient to your will. The demigods, headed by Brahma, are among your countless minions who carry out your every command. In accordance with your will, the planets continuously administer their auspicious and inauspicious influences. This is an important point here. It's in accordance with your will that the planets continuously administer their auspicious and inauspicious influences. So our astrology is not really we don't just have to, like, if we're surrendered, then the influences of the planets don't affect us anymore as much or so much, because everything's happening accordance to the will of the Lord. Disease, grief, death, and fear occur in accord with your wish. Your command is ever prevailing. Out of fear of you, the wind blows, and the sun and moon rise and perform their prescribed duties. You are the supreme autocrat, the supreme transcendental reality, and the supreme being. You reside in the hearts of your devotees. You are eternally pure, and your desires are always fulfilled. Known as Bhakta Vatsal, affectionate to your devotees, you are their eternal Lord. What can harm those you protect? Who can harm those you protect? You are the director, and you are the director who governs all directives. Your servant Bhaktivinod is prostrated at your feet, O Nath. You will certainly protect him from any calamity, O Master. This is his firm conviction. Okay, so these are a couple songs on Krishna is my only protector. And now, oh my god, it's already 8 o'clock. Okay, we'll just go through 2 more songs that will take 2 minutes, or maybe 4 minutes. But this is Accepting What is Favorable, Anukul Grahan. So, Tua Bhakti Anukul. I will certainly perform with extreme diligence those acts that are favorable for bhakti to you. Whatever in this world is favorable for bhakti, I will utilize by means of my physical senses. I will listen to narrations of you with earnestness, and I will behold your dham to the satisfaction of my eyes. I will nourish my body with your prasad, and I will relish the fragrance of the tulsi that has adorned those offerings. I will continuously perform service to you with my hands, and will always reside in places within your abode. I will dovetail my desires in service to you, and will display my anger to those who are envious of you. In this way, may my every proclivity and every sentiment attain meaningfulness by being engaged favorably in service to you. And this is a very important verse right here. Whatever I do that is favorable for your bhaktas, I accept as favorable for bhakti to you. We give more emphasis even on the service of the devotees than even service to the Lord, of pure devotees, because that's what makes Krishna the most happy, right? Krishna. So, Bhakti Vinod knows neither dharma nor adharma. May all his activities simply be favorable for bhakti. And then this song, Shuddha Bhakata, this song is so beautiful. Every Ekadashi, we sing this song. It's everything that we do is a festival. It's all like such a joyful song, especially on this day of Ekadashi. We focus we focus all our activities. These are our activities on Ekadashi day, especially, right? Out of all the things that are favorable, what is most favorable for us is dust from the lotus feet of the pure devotees. This is most favorable for bhajan. Service to the pure devotees is the highest perfection and the very root of the vine of prem. So this is the most important thing. And then from that, everything else comes. But everything comes from sadhu sangha. How do we actually associate with sadhus? I carefully observe Madhav's holy days such as Ekadashi and Janmashtami, for they are the mother of devotion. Knowing that Krishna dwells in these holy days, with great regard, I also accept them as my residence. In the company of devotees who have transcendental love, I will behold all the places where my Gaur joyfully wandered. My heart always prays for the opportunity to hear the mridanga play. Upon hearing a kirtan glorifying Shri Gaur, my heart dances in joy. Upon seeing the deity forms of the divine couple, I feel the highest bliss. Honoring their prasad enables one to conquer the material world of 5 elements. My home is transformed into Goloka Vrindavan when I see bhajan of Shri Shri Radha Krishna being performed there. When I look upon the Ganga, which is the nectar emanating from the Lord's feet, my happiness knows no bounds. Upon seeing Tulsi, my heart becomes satisfied. It becomes soothed. Drurai means soothed, satisfied, cooled. Why? Because Madhava Tosha Nijani. I know that she pleases Madhav. When I honor Shak, when I'm eating when I'm taking prasad and I'm eating green vegetables, I'm eating spinach or any kind of greens, which is very dear to Gaur, I consider my life successful. Whatever he finds favorable for Krishna bhajan, Bhaktivinoda accepts every day with the greatest happiness. And this song is very nice to know, like to have it on hand at any time, because this is the life of a devotee. This is like when we're in front of Thakurji, we can just remember Yugal Murti Dekhi Amor Parama Ananda Hoy. Upon seeing the deity forms of the divine couple, I feel the highest bliss. These are they're almost like they could be used as affirmations, you know. So when we're in the kirtan and we're hearing the mridanga play, we think, oh yes, my mind is always praying for an opportunity to hear this mridanga play. And my heart is dancing in joy because I'm hearing a kirtan glorifying Shri Gaur. And then we see devotees, you know, chanting their japa and doing different activities of bhakti. Then I feel like this place, this home is filled with Goloka. Like home is transformed into Goloka. When we see the Ganga, we think Sukha Nasima Pai. My happiness knows no bounds. Like this is yeah. And then we're at the end now. Pratikula Varjan, rejecting what is unfavorable. So this first song, O Keshav, your creation is truly astonishing and diverse. Caught in the cycle of action and reaction, I meander through the forests of material existence, witnessing a myriad of displays and tricks. Forgetting your feet and enduring agony until death, I am scorched by the flames of worldly suffering. Then Kapila, Patanjali, Gautama, Kanada, Jaimini, and the Buddhists, they have all come running to me, professing their own doctrines about you to entice me with enjoyment and liberation. They set various traps. They are all cheaters and averse to bhakti. They simply create terrible confusion. These powerful adversaries have set up various shops to deceive those who have turned away from you. Bhaktivinoda offers his dandavats to them from a long distance, for he has made the feet of the devotees his all in all. And then this is kind of similar to that song Tua Bhakti Anukul. Now this is a similar song, but it's Tua Bhakti Pratikul, but like similar kind of verses, just the opposite. Whatever so-called dharma exists in opposition to the edicts of bhakti, I will most carefully relinquish. I will never keep the company of those neglectful to bhakti of you, and I will never glance upon the face of persons averse to Sri Gauranga. I will never make my residence in any place that is detrimental to bhakti, and I will never develop attachment to any work that is disagreeable to bhakti. I will never read any literature that contradicts the doctrine of bhakti. For me, it's I will never watch any YouTube that contradicts the doctrine of bhakti. And I will never hear any discourse that opposes bhakti. I do not regard any place unrelated to Sri Gauranga to be a tirtha, to be a holy place. I consider any karma or gyan that impedes bhakti to be most trivial. I never celebrate any occasion that hinders bhakti. I consider any relatives who are oblivious to bhakti to be strangers. I will give up any desires that impede bhakti. I will never accept foodstuffs given by non-devotees. Whatever I know to be unfavorable to bhakti, I will carefully forsake. This is my spoken promise. This is a nice verse to memorize. Next time, Tajibo jatane taha e nishchoy vani. Like, yeah, anyways. Falling at the feet of the Lord, Bhaktivinoda begs for the strength to relinquish everything unfavorable for pure devotion. This is really nice. Magaye shakati pratikulyar varjane. I'm begging you, O Lord, for the strength to be able to relinquish all these things that are unfavorable. I can't do it on my own. I need you to give me strength so that I can do it. Okay, so that's these are all the songs that are our Param Gurudev. He then divided the Siddha Dehe songs. These are surrender in one's spiritual body. He divided these. He made these separate, and but we will end here because now I'm way over time. We never got through Yāmuna-bhāvāvalī. Anyways, that's our program for today. Maybe one day we can just go through a little bit of Yāmuna-bhāvāvalī just so you can get a taste of that. All right. Thank you for letting me go. Oh my God, it's already 10 minutes over time. I haven't been looking at the clock. Sorry about that. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. I'm really sorry for going so far over time, everybody. I need to be more on top of the time, but thank you for staying till the end. I'll try not to do that again. I probably should set off an alarm so that I get notified. Like I'll just remember. Oh yeah, I need to start wrapping it up now. But okay. Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Radha Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govindagopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Sapashad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, all his songs of Śaraṇāgati Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpaturu Bhyashta Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavane Bhyo Vaishnave Bhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams. Sarveshwari Mataji, Tanu Didi, Nikita Didi, Karuna Didi, Champak Mataji, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook, a lot of devotees today. Vidya Lalasa Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Ganga Mataji, Amit Dandekar, Phuleshwari Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Indira Mataji, Sajan Maharaj, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams Maharaj, Jai Shri Didi, Pramila Didi, Shash Sharmaji, and Janava is there. Janava says, I heard Bhulia Tomare was another favorite of Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Shrita Goswami Maharaj. Wow, very cool. You know, I'm so bad for all the editions of, no, for the first edition of Gaudiya Giti Gucha, I didn't include Bhuliya Tomari. Isn't that insane? I can't believe it. And that's Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, one of his favorite songs from, my God, that's just so. The reason I didn't include it was because, well, I was a lot younger and a lot more immature then, but I didn't feel any connection with that song. Like, I didn't relate to it at all because my life was a lot different. I never had any children. I never like had a job. I never like all the things that he was saying in it. I didn't relate to it. Well, a lot of them I didn't relate to. I was so stupid of me. Anyways, I that was something I really regretted, and we added it at the end of the book in the later editions in the appendix. But yeah, that was one of my big regrets on that first edition. All right. John says insane. Yeah, it really is. Um, so yeah, these songs we just rushed through them all very quickly, but every one of these songs, I've mentioned this before, but I'm mentioning it again, that the more time you spend with it, the more the songs and the more you like really pray to the songs, you pray to Srila Gurudev, you pray to Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, they will reveal themselves more and more to you, and they'll become more and more like, and it's like what I mentioned at the beginning, like bubble gum, that usually when you chew bubble gum the taste starts to go away, but with the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the more you try to relish them, the more tasteful they become, the more meanings come to you, the more you understand them in a deep way, and you'll start to see connections between this verse and this verse, and like it becomes like a whole world. Just every song becomes a whole world for you, and that yeah, it happens the more you spend time with them in a sincere way, praying to them, praying to the songs, not just using the prayers as your own prayers, but actually praying to the songs, and then more will be revealed to you. And yeah, and that's what we're trying to do with this program, is at least start the habit of never letting a day go by without the songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, and that will go deeper and deeper into them, and that they'll reveal themselves more and more to us, and until eventually the songs are just constantly floating in our heads. Whatever circumstance we're in, whatever thing that happens, then a verse of Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's song will just automatically pop in our head, and that will be what guides us and brings life to our devotional practices. Our chanting will be guided by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura himself, his own words, and then rather than just I'm trying to focus my mind and I'm trying to think of Krishna and like that's a very ineffective way. The prayers of Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura is the most effective way to direct ourselves and like that. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end the stream today? Any comments or questions or any points? All right. Wait, let me just look at the chat one more time. Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow we begin. Now we've established ourselves in Sambandha with Śaraṇāgati. We've stepped onto the path, and now the work of trying to teach our minds, to train our minds. All these songs of Upadesh. They're Upadesh Amrita songs, the Manashiksha songs, the Upadesh songs, the first section of... Anyways, there's many different songs, so that's going to be our focus for the next week, and I will be sending out the selection from these Upadesh songs either today or tomorrow. So if you haven't done so already, you can subscribe to vineofdevotion.com, or you don't need to subscribe, but just check back on that website, vineofdevotion.com, and you will see the selection for next week. All right, Haribo. Oh yes, Sarveshwari Mataji, yes.
Thank you for all your explanation today. I was reading in the songbook the prayers of Swami Maharaj in the Jaladut, that they talk about surrender, and there was one because Manjulali Didi, he mentioned about, for her they say make me dance about Nachi Nachi, and it was one part of the song that they say make me a puppet and do with me one part of this praise. I say Krishna Tava Punya Habibai.
Yes.
I was just related this one. It was very sweet also.
Yeah, that prayer of Srila Prabhupada is such a strong expression of that is like extreme Śaraṇāgati, complete dependence on the Lord and accepting the Lord's guardianship, that Goptriti Varanam, right? Accepting the Lord's guardianship. You are my guardian. I've completely I have no ability to do anything. I'm just like a puppet in your hands. Now
Yeah.
make me dance. I can't do any of this. This is not and yeah, Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj said that first song, Krishna Tava Punya Habibai, that Srila Prabhupada made himself so empty of any other desire but to fulfill the order of his guru, that he enlisted Krishna in the service of his guru, and he made himself so empty of any other desire that Krishna had no alternative. Krishna was forced. Krishna had to give him his divine strength because of his Śaraṇāgati was so intense and extreme that Krishna had no other choice. Krishna was forced to give him all power to fulfill the order of his guru. And that is why Srila Prabhupada was able to, he was able to do something that had never happened before him, really. Like from the time of Mahaprabhu all the way to this day, Srila Prabhupada was the first. And how did that happen? Was because of his utter dependence on the instruction of his guru. So that is the topmost example of Śaraṇāgati for us. Yes. Yeah. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for mentioning that point. It's such a, that prayer. All right. Dandavat pranams, everybody. So see you all tomorrow for week 2. Hari Bol.